Hi guys, it's Allison from Fathom 5 Tarot, and I am here to do a fun tarot tag. It was my goal to get a little bit more involved and back online, so here I am. So this is a really cool tag from Moon Baby. I actually saw a video response to this because I didn't follow him until yesterday from Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, so I can link those videos below. And it's just about things in your collection, and everybody likes to look at cards, so I was like, what the heck? Now, there's a number of categories. I'll list them below when I post the video. And I'm not sure I've answered all these really correctly in terms of my collection, but who cares? It's just a fun tarot tag, so who cares? So the first prompt is, what is the most expensive deck in your collection? And actually, this was the hardest one because I don't remember shipping. I am in Canada, and shipping is just such a nightmare from everywhere unless the creator happens to be Canadian. I got one Canadian creator in my list today. So, I don't know. I don't even think this is probably right. Oh, and I did it from what I paid for them and not what I think they're worth, because I did get some good deals I'll show you here today on things that are worth way more than I paid for them. So, I don't know. In the end, I chose the Bohemian Gothic Tarot from Baba Studios, maybe because it just feels the most expensive. It's such a luxurious deck. This is not, I mean, I guess it's out of print now, but it's the 3rd edition. It's not a special 1st edition or anything. I love the coloration. I love how creepy it is. Like, look at that. I do mostly use it in October because it's so much fun, but it is like dark and gothic and sexy, and I'm here for it. And this is super beautiful quality. I mean, their work is very well known in the community. She's gorgeous. And I love blue. Blue is my favorite color in everything. So all the blues, the lovely blues. Oh, that's the title card. This deck just really works for me. So I don't know that it was the deck I spent the most money on. Actually, there's one I know I spent more money on, but it's coming up in a later category. So I was like, I will not repeat. So that's what I picked for it. And I think shipping was expensive. I don't think it was a cheap. And the Canadian dollar, oof, come on. It's just a pathetic little whimper of a currency right now. So that makes things tougher too. So my expensive thing won't be the same thing for Americans, for example. Least expensive. This one was actually super easy. I took it out of the box because this box is falling apart. Whoop. So this deck I found at a flea market for $1. And so there's a funny story about that, which I'll tell you afterwards. And it's kind of nice. I never use it. I should just give it away to someone who's looking to get into tarot, or just take it to Goodwill or something, because somebody would love it. The colors are actually quite nice. It's a bit reminiscent of the Dirty Pam, which I love. Like, that's a good example. Look at the sky and but the images are actually kind of blurry, which could be seen as the aesthetic. But let me just see. Oh, here's a good example. So the star, like, she looks like she's put herself through 1,000 Instagram filters. Like, there's no face there, really. Although she's got giant round boobs. So, hooray for that. I don't know. But it's not... Oh, here's actually... this is the best one. Like, look at the Wheel of Fortune. Look at the figures on the side. What happened? So, but it is, like, it's pretty, and, like, some of them I quite like. Like, that's a lovely 10 of Wands. Oh, I really like the Strength card, because look at how well you can see the wreath around the lion's neck. That's a great Strength card. Like, there's a lot of nice ones. And I always love me a nicely colored Hermit card. That's quite pretty. At the time, I was like, woohoo, $1. I got it for $1. What a great deal. And then I was entranced because it was produced in Ontario, this little town, Concord, Ontario, which I had to look up. And I was like, who's making tarot cards in Ontario? And it turns out they were produced for dollar stores. So my thing there is like, oh, I got it for $1. Well, it's for the dollar store. Although now dollar stores sell things for more than $1. So I still probably got a deal. But I thought it was pretty funny that I was like, cha-ching, look who's the tarot collecting expert. And then It's only worth $1. Maybe an American dollar though, so that would be amazing. It would be like $5 for me. It wouldn't really, but it feels that way sometimes. Okay, what deck would someone want to steal for your collection, from my collection? There's probably a few, but I think right now the biggest risk to thievery is my Bone, Stone, and Earth Flesh Tarot. I was like maybe the first or second person to leap on this link when it was put up on the Etsy page, and if you know anything about this deck, it was very delayed. I don't care. It's a drama that I'm not interested in at all. And it was a limited run, and now people really, really want it. And it's not a surprise, I mean, because the creator, Avalon Cameron, the book is like a brick. It's so detailed and beautiful, and she's very experienced and very knowledgeable, but also Anna Turian is the artist, and oh, so beautiful. This is also a fantastic deck because it's made me rethink cards and deepened my understanding of many cards that I thought I understood. I'd had a limited perspective on before. I made a whole video about it. I'll link it in case anyone's interested in, where I pulled out specific cards that I thought made a real difference to my understanding of this. The other nice thing about this deck is that the court cards are hot. They're just also beautiful. This is one of the ones I talked about in my video. That Four of Swords, just, oh my God, I love it. I love the implications there. It's so cool. So I think that would be the one that I would be most likely to be burgled for. So luckily I have 2 dogs that bark really loud at the door. Okay, strangest. Now I felt a bit bad putting this in the strangest category because I don't actually think it's a strange deck. But it's ethereal and moody and thoughtful and dreamlike, and it was the best thing I could think of. But I don't mean to say that I think the deck is strange. It's partly because I don't have any background in visual art. And so a lot of this, I've been using it, so it's all over the place here. I'm just going to see if I can find a part there. These are, I think, all in the right order. But this is the Lonely Dreamer Tarot. This is by Canadian artist Melissa Weatherspoon. And so what she's done is taken composites of work by an artist named Odilon Redon and put things together to make tarot cards from his existing artwork. And I think added a bit of artwork for her own. I don't think he had pentacles in his own artwork. Oh, here we go. Hi, kitty. And so they're not strange in that you can see how this could be the Fool, the butterfly, the childlike figure. But the whole deck has this really ethereal quality. Oh my goodness. Sorry, 1 second. Down we go. There we go. Every time. It's just really groovy. But I don't have anything like it. Like the Knight of Cups being a cello playing centaur. I'm here for it. I love it. But it's just not, it's not like anything I have. So it made it into the strangest category, but I'm putting strangest into giant air quotes. And here is the cat again. She knows every time I'm making a video. You want to be a star, kitty? You wanna be in the pictures? Isn't this? I'll just show you this before I finish with this one. Isn't that a fantastic tower card? It's a delicious deck. Beautiful quality. She is, I think, currently, this cat, doing a second run Kickstarter. So second edition, probably with some changes. I didn't really look at it because I have already got the deck and I don't need another one. Oh my gosh, she's going to lie down on my decks. Okay, you stay there. I need this deck for later though. Okay. What are people least likely to have in their collection? Oh my God. It's a nightmare. Oh God. Okay, lie down and stay there. Least likely, now I just have to move everything around because she's shoved everything out of the way. She's knocking things off the table. I think it would be, although I'm not sure, I just dropped a bunch of cards, but I'll get them afterwards. The Hoi Polloi Tarot. Now, I've got another one that, oh my God, cat, that might fulfill this, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one would be harder to get your hands on. I lucked into this one in a private sale that was not very expensive, and it is my goal to get all the groovy Rider-Waite Smiths. The Golden Rider is still eluding me, and oh, it drives me crazy because I love that Golden Rider deck. This one has a similar 1970s aesthetic as the Golden Rider, and the colors are great. Everything about it makes me laugh. I do use it. I actually really, really like this deck. It is not reversible if that matters to you, but I don't care because it doesn't matter to me. I don't really read reversals. I mean, sometimes I do, but I don't care. Look at that hot, hot pink. It's a great little deck, and I think it is quite hard to come by. I see it pop up from time to time, but go for quite a lot of money, and more money than I spent on it, certainly in this private sale. The oldest deck in my collection, so my first deck, good old standard RWS. I don't know what printing this is. It's not worth anything, I'm certain of that. I think it's probably 1990s or something. Shh, now my dog is growling. What is happening? Max, shut up. So, what was I saying? Yeah, it's not worth it. It's got the 1971 copyright, and I don't know that much about it, but I know that the valuable ones don't have the copyright. But the cardstock is great. There's no sheen to it at all, which I love. And it probably won't show up on the screen, but like it's all getting worn and wonderful from all the use. So while it's not my favorite coloration of the, like if I were to go out again and get this deck again, I probably wouldn't get this one. But it's very special to me. It helped me through a super difficult time in my life. And it was my first one, so I will always have it. I love it. My newest deck to my collection, where did I move it to because of Cat, right here, is the Tarot of Trees by Dana O'Driscoll. And look at this bad boy. It is humongous. It also, if there was a category for biggest deck, this would be my biggest deck. The funny thing about it is I have been whining about wanting a bigger version of the Tarot of Trees since I got the Tarot of Trees. I don't like mini decks. I like big, expansive images. I'd always wanted a bigger version of this deck. I love trees. The woods is my favorite place to be. Just when I was a kid, I spent probably 60% of my life up a tree. I love climbing them. I would read my books up there. So this deck just really speaks to me. I love it, and I love her art style. So I've been sending out this like energy to the universe, like one day a bigger Tarot of Trees, and not shiny. This is a beautiful matte deck, but it is humongous. I think for some people, the size is actually a bit of a deal breaker because they find it too difficult to work with. I got big hands. I'm a tall girl, and I'll do anything. I'll do anything to have these cards because I love them so much, and the backs are just gorgeous. So that's my newest. The Bone Stone beat this deck into my house by probably about a week and a half. And I'm waiting on one more deck that I went on a bit of a spree, a Kickstarter, Indiegogo spree, and I'm waiting on one more, and then I think that's it for the year. I haven't been called to buy anymore, thank goodness. My husband also feels happy about that. Where am I? Oh! What's the deck that made you want to become a collector? Now, this was also a hard one for me because I never really thought about becoming a collector. I just became a collector by amassing more and more decks, and it was really haphazard. Like, I want this, and I'm getting it, and or I'm going to wait a little while. I'm not reckless about it, but it's not like, oh, that's a thing I want for my collection, except for maybe Rider-Waite-Smiths. But even then, I don't get multiples of, unless it's a great deal, which actually this one I do, and it was. But it's the one that probably made me think about collecting is the Vampire Tarot by Robert Place. Huge Robert Place fan. I feel like I said this in every video. I love his art style. I just think his cards are so rich and beautiful. So many things about this deck I don't like. I hate the backs. I think they're ugly, and they're like, these are like, well, here's a great example, the Temperance card. Like, it is creepy and horrifying and gothic and awesome, but I just find this ugly, and I wish he had chosen something different for the backs. I don't really like the square cards. They're super glossy, which I hate, but it doesn't matter because his work is so beautiful. I know that, and the reason it made me want to become a collector is because I stumbled upon this in a used bookstore in the cellophane for less than 30 Canadian dollars. And I was like, oh, that thing, that mythical feeling where you're like, I found a thing that I really want that I thought I'd never have. And that is, I guess, the thing that made me become a quote unquote collector. Look at that strength card. Look at this death card. Oh, and the Madman. So good. Oh, one more. It's just so great. And then someone in my area was selling one for 20 bucks. I was like, oh, I can't let a vampire tarot go for 20 bucks and not come to my house. So I do actually have 2 of these. And I thought if I found someone who was just desperate for this deck, then I could sell it to them maybe. But that's probably my collector answer. Okay, last one. What is your all-time favorite deck? And that's really hard because I'm quite fickle in my collection. I love everything and I flip back and forth. But if we had to get down to the deep root of what my favorite is, guys, I'm so basic. But it's a great deck. It's I think because it's the one I learned on, and if I feel like I want to go home, it's the Rider-Waite-Smith. And the Centennial is my favorite of all the Rider-Waite-Smiths. I love the cardstock. I love the aged sort of feeling of it. I use it all the time. I carry it everywhere with me. What can I say? Now, if my house were burning down and I could only grab one deck, it'd be my first one, because this one has this really sentimental meaning. I can just buy another Centennial. Although this one's getting like, I don't know if you can see, but the backs are kind of wearing a bit, and I love the age of it, that I've been using it so much. But if I really want to just dig into something deep or feel my most secure in a reading, I'll always go back to Centennial Smith-Waite, I should say, because we got to put Smith ahead of the Rider, because she did all the work, really. So that's my list, and I can't wait to see what other people's are. What do you think, Kitty? Are you happy to be part of the video? Honestly. So I will put the hashtags, I'll hashtag this, it's Tarot Collector. I'll put the prompts below the video. I hope you have an awesome day and you enjoyed watching this, and I'm looking forward to watching more of them. I'm going to go click on that hashtag now. So have a great day.